What's up, y'all? It's Erica. It's Monday. It's Monday. And this is gonna be our Insecure days. If I watch Insecure on Sunday, we're gonna review it on Monday. I did watch Housewives of Potomac, but that will be reviewed with Nathaniel and I. So when he gets his life together, that'll probably be sometime this week. One day this week. It was a boring episode, so it really doesn't matter when we do it. This shit was boring and predictable, and it was boring. The first episode was boring. And it's funny that it's only 2 parts, so they still not that interesting to have more than 3 parts. They don't have that many viewers. I don't think they have I don't know. Anyways, let's talk about Insecure episode 1, season 3, episode 1. It's let me tell you, can I say this? I really love that Insecure is a 30-minute show. I really do. I don't think as much as going on as how complex that the characters are. We don't need an hour. We don't need an hour, because just when the shit is about to get riled the fuck up, it goes off. So it's perfect for me. I'm like, okay, because I don't need my emotions. It's too much already. The show is already going to be emotional. Characters are very complex. We love that the characters are so complex on Insecure. I love it. I love the honesty that they put into these characters and how they're responding to these situations, because I'm glad they're not making these characters, I like that they are not perfect. I like that they contradict themselves. I like that they go back on what they said to themselves, like Molly. Okay, so they start off with I don't remember how it started off. We're just gonna talk about it. So what's her name? Issa is a Lyft driver now. She lives with Daniel. I think it's only been 2 weeks. The span that since they went off for last season to this season, I think it's only been 2 weeks. So she's been staying with Daniel for 2 weeks. Daniel is somebody she has history with. They used to have a sexual. Well, y'all know what it is, so I'm not gonna even explain it to you. If you haven't watched Insecure, you are doing yourself a disservice. You need to go watch that show. It is a very good show to see our people, our faces, our issues, our love issues, romantic issues with selves, our insecurities. They're showing on HBO, okay? On Sunday nights. Don't be no fool, okay? So Issa is staying with Daniel, and Daniel is being cool with her. They cool. She's sleeping on the couch. She's trying to get her money together so she can get another apartment or find some place to live. And seems like the situation is cool, but when we open the show, Daniel is in there fucking. And I'm like, okay, him and Issa, because honey, at first I thought it was him and Issa fucking, but it's some girl and him fucking. And Issa sitting there like, oh my God, what am I listening to? And he is really going at it. I mean, we know we done seen Daniel and Issa have sex, so he in there tearing it up. So she's like so mortified, like, oh my God. And so she gets up and she has her little Lyft. She does her little part-time as a Lyft driver. She's still at her other job. We come to find out that her other job, well, she was put on desk duty. She was taken out of the community because of how she set up that after-school program with the Mexican kids, trying to get more Mexican kids. And she did some, I can't remember exactly what Issa did, but y'all remember, but it put her in the office. Issa's the only black employee at her job, and it is a community service, and they go out to these schools and do programs and stuff. What is it? We Got Y'all, I think that's what it's called. And her peer is now her boss and giving orders on what to do, but she's still this empathetic person who really likes Issa despite her microaggressions and all that other bullshit. But she seems to like Issa. But we're gonna see how that's gonna play out. A lot of the schools are pulling out of the program, And we come to find out is because they're not really representing the community the way that these schools would like for the community to be represented, i.e. only having one black employee. When your nonprofit or your organization is based in the hood, if you don't have the diversity in your staff, you're not going to be able to deal with people outside of that. Those people don't have the knowledge and the access, and they don't have it. They don't know. So you have an all-white company working in a fucking inner city for after-school programs, and only one black girl, and you have her in the office. So your face is only showing white people, whatever. So a lot of the schools that were participating in their program are pulling out, and she finds that out, and we're gonna see how that's gonna play out. Molly was on vacation. I don't know if she was in Barbados or where the fuck she was. I don't give a fuck about the details. She was on an island somewhere, and she is, I guess she's going back to her trying to be her old self in terms of, like, I don't give a fuck, I'm gonna fuck who I want to fuck, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do. She's consistently in her whole phase. But we know that Molly is not really, she really wants companionship, and she enjoys Dro's companionship. But Dro is still in his marriage. He told her, she said she's she's setting new boundaries with Dro. Honey, later on, her and Dro, they in the bed together. She finally tells Dro, listen, Dro, I don't know what we doing here. I'm not with the open marriage shit. You know, you guys are obviously cool with the mess. I'm not cool with it. I just want it to be like, if we gonna fuck, that's what we gonna do. We just gonna be fucking. Ain't gonna be no calling. She don't want the emotional attachment, but it's too late. The ties have already been tied up and in a knot. Molly, you already in a knot with motherfucking Dro. So Molly, what happened? Issa and Daniel. So Issa tells Daniel, did you know I was here last night? And he was like, yeah, I know you was here. What are you talking about? She's trying to figure out, like, nigga, if you knew I was here, why was you in there breaking somebody else's back out? First of all, why are you doing that? But you know how we do. We got to play cool when something is not really vibing with us, or our feelings are in something and we really don't want to show the person that. They're playing some silly games. But what I am glad to see is that they are trying to let the characters make decisions where they are now in terms of how they're growing. But we still, like, we'll make a decision on how we're going to do something and how we're going to approach something. But then something else happens and we get in our feelings about it, and the decision that we have made for ourselves, the decision that we said we was going to stick to, we go back, and that's Molly and Dro. So she has to get a hold on it, because it was weird for them to be in bed. It was weird for her to be in bed with Dro, and his wife called, and he's like, I'm at Molly's. They have obviously, because I thought she didn't know. I thought he was one of them niggas that was saying that he was in an open marriage and was not really in an open marriage and just really cheating on his wife. You understand what I'm saying? But making it easier for the person who's the mistress, making it easier for her to engage in these affairs with him, because he done told her that the marriage was open. But it's obvious that the marriage is open because he on the phone with his wife while he laying in the bed with Molly, talking about he at Molly's house. So, and Molly and a lot of people, they're not with that. At least he was honest, and that's one thing I'm gonna have to give Dro. I don't like his attitude, because he's really acting like he on some single black nigga shit. Like, he's acting real possessive over Molly, which is weird, because if you're married, your possession is your wife, right? And y'all in an open marriage. So and y'all in an open marriage, okay to have sex with other people, but you having sex with me and you acting possessive over me. That's not what we not gonna do. So if you want to do this, but Molly's not gonna do it. Molly's not with it. She likes Dro. So she's not gonna do it. She's not gonna get from him. It's really weird, because Molly wants to have these types of relationships with men, and you have a man here who is available for these purposes, but Dro wants to be emotionally invested in Molly as well, and Molly can't be emotionally invested in Dro because that's not the type of relationship she wants with him, because he's married, and she wants to have an emotional connection with him. So she can't really do the fuck buddy, friends with benefits type situation with Dro, because there's already an emotional attachment there. So I don't know what Molly's trying to do, honey. We gonna see. So we gonna see about Issa's job, and we gonna see about Issa and Daniel. So Daniel comes back. He's, you know, tripping. He's with he's at home and he's listening to music and stuff, and Issa walks in and she starts having a drink with him, and he's like, yeah, you know, I'm just listening to beats or whatever. I think that's what Issa likes about Daniel. He's creative. And she's like, you know, let's stop fucking playing around here, nigga. We know what it is. We have an emotional connection with each other. You around here fucking bitches in front of me, and y'all, you know how I feel about you, and it's clear that he feels the same way about Issa. And she was like, you know, you just need to give me a heads up. I don't give a fuck about you fucking, but doing it in front of me, that's a little bit too much, my nigga. Like, you doing the most. And it's like, she's drawing, we show Molly and we show Issa drawing boundaries with people they have emotional connections to. Who are they? Well, Molly's trying to fuck Dro. Issa's not, but she'll be fucking Daniel soon enough. We gonna see. Oh, we know that Lawrence is not in this season, so thank God we can allow him to do whatever he's doing while he's off camera. He'll come back season 4, I'm sure, while Molly's in some beautiful while Issa's in some beautiful, lovely relationship. Lawrence is gonna pop his head in on season 4. He gonna mess some shit up. We gonna see. Hopefully he doesn't. We'll see. Anyway, that's about it. What else? Oh, so, you know, she just told Daniel that she cares about him, and it's not cool that he sleeps with people while she's there and this and that. And he told her, you need to make up your mind, and, you know, you telling me that you have feelings for me. You tell me you don't give a damn that I'm fucking, but you tell me you have feelings for me. I'm confused, Issa. Come on. You're going to have to start communicating a little better. So we're going to see that Issa needs to work on her communication skills. We saw that in her relationship with Larry. With Lawrence. All right, I think that's it, y'all. What else? Oh, she was doing a Lyft drive, and she was doing a party Lyft or whatever, and she was in, I guess they're introducing this light-skinned nigga, because he was in the Lyft with her and got into a fight with a guy in the back seat, and then he left, and then I think he ended up leaving her like a $50 tip or something crazy like that. I think that was him. What's his name? Chris, Daniel. Who are all these niggas? Dro is not cute to me. I thought he was cute at first. He's not cute. His height is cute. He's not cute to me. He has charisma. His character has a little charisma, a little character to him. I'm glad he was honest. I'm glad that wasn't like part of the storyline, him not being honest about him being in an open marriage or him actually being in an open marriage. And, you know, I'm glad. Shout out to the writers. So we're gonna see what's gonna go on with this guy that was in the Lyft car with Issa. Is he gonna come back? Is he gonna be a recurring character? I don't know if he was cute. I don't know. We gotta see him. He reminds me, I thought it was like that nigga from the fucking Mugshot Bay. What the fuck is that nigga's name? Jeremy Meeks. That's what he looked like when I looked at him. I was like, is that Jeremy Meeks? I thought it was. I was like, okay. Soundtrack is popping already. We already know. So I don't know if they're gonna do it I'm sure they're gonna do it. They've done it all the past seasons. Well, they'll put the track listing on Spotify for every episode. I love it. I love Insecure's fucking soundtrack. That's one of the best parts of it. Anyways, that's about it, y'all. We'll see what's going on next week. Leave your comments below. Do you think that Daniel was petty? We already knew he was petty. And then he called her a roommate, honey. All right, roommate. And walked out of the door. He's being an asshole. He know what he was doing. I said, Daniel, the one thing, let me tell you about Daniel, his little character. His character is a compassionate character, but he also is very like, he's petty. Daniel is petty. But he still likes Issa, but they petty. They fucking with each other. And that's where we go wrong in our relationships with people, where we only feel like we can. That is where what's the lady's name from Real Housewives of Potomac? Karen. She gave that girl some advice about connecting with her partner and stop trying to connect with your partner by hurting him. Like, that's what they're doing, is hurting each other, and that's only the way that they're connecting with each other is by hurting each other. So they're both petty, but he's doing the most petty shit, is like having sex while she's there, and knowing that they both like each other. And why he's doing that, you know, like, you need to go somewhere else and do that. That's not cool. So we see in the next episode that I guess somebody that he's seeing doesn't like the fact that Issa's there. And I don't think that any person would appreciate that, depending on how the situation was framed to the new partner who has a problem with somebody that you used to mess with staying with you. I don't know how people, I don't think too many people would like be comfortable with that. And I guess it's all the way that you frame it. Anyways, I spent too much time on this episode. Go ahead. I think it's going to be a good season. I'm excited about the season. I'm excited about the soundtrack. Go listen to the soundtrack. It's probably on Spotify, I'm sure. You guys have a wonderful day. Take care of each other.